Here comes the Christ. They bring him in, hands tight and bound. He doesn't make a sound. The Jews say they found him guilty of treason. They got no good reason. They say his name is Jesus. It's plain to see he's innocent. You say there's no basis for the charges raised against him, but they just push harder. You don't want to make a martyr. You try to pass him off to Herod, but he just sends him back. Then you have him whipped cause you hope the Jews will give up, but they want crucifixion. You try to grant him freedom. The Jews scream free Barabbas. You've got to make a decision. If you don't pick the right one, you could lose your position. Everybody screaming kill him. You decide to give in. You know he's not guilty, but you nail him to a tree. You wash your hands, but you ain't free from responsibility. How could you sit back and let this happen? You had the power to stop it, but you turned your back. Now my Lord's on a tree, bruised and bleeding, suffering like a sinner, but he didn't do nothing. Pilate, my man, you were guilty for this. God used it for good, but you far from innocent. You know the world's broken, Satan's home, but you just sit back and watch like he's supposed to own it. People sinning more, they sick and breaking bones. It's time to fight the war that ain't fought with sticks and stones. Or men's souls who don't know the truth for show. You gotta get up and fight, it's time to go. The world's in darkness, people are heartless. Daddies beat their wives, then they leave in their own kids. Sons of orphans and homeless, death and sickness. People wondering if life is even worth living. Sleeping all around, the pregnancies abound. They kill the babies in the womb before they even hit the ground. Folks get high and wasted, live for money and high taste. They're in a state they can't quit, they need God's grace. Everything in life is leaving them broken still, and for the moment they're headed on a path to hell. Where's the church of God and all the darkness they can place it? They sit back and watch the world be run by Satan. It's getting darker still, the world's going downhill. If the church will rise up, the brokenness will. Don't you know the world's broken, Satan's home, but you just sit back and watch like he's supposed to own. And people sinning more, they sick and breaking bones. It's time to fight the war that ain't fought with sticks and stones. For men's souls who don't know the truth for show. You gotta get up and fight, it's time to go. Don't you know the world's broken, Satan's home, but you just sit back and watch like he's supposed to own. And people sinning more, they sick and breaking bones. It's time to fight the war that ain't fought with sticks and stones. For men's souls who don't know the truth for show. You gotta get up and fight, it's time to go. I see that you're sitting, I know what you're thinking. You say you're serving the king cause you ain't doing bad things, but I suggest you check out James 4:17. It says that you can be sinning without doing anything. You walk by hurt and don't help, spend your money on yourself. You know the gospel don't care, those going to hell. The world's broke but you don't care, at least not enough to go anywhere or do anything about it. But there's a problem with this, with the power to help comes responsibility. Take a look at Ezekiel 33 with me. You can't ignore the world's problems, sitting back's not an option. You gotta wanna help them who around the world are broken. God tells the silent watchman knows of wrath but doesn't warn them. They'll be judged for their sin, but their blood is on your hands. Don't you know the world's broken, Satan's home, but you just sit back and watch like he's supposed to own. And people sinning more, they sick and breaking bones. It's time to fight the war that ain't fought with sticks and stones. For men's souls who don't know the truth for show. You gotta get up and fight, it's time to go. Don't you know the world's broken, Satan's home, but you just sit back and watch like he's supposed to own. And people sinning more, they sick and breaking bones. It's time to fight the war that ain't fought with sticks and stones. For men's souls who don't know the truth for show. You gotta get up and fight, it's time to go.